evening, and welcome to tonight's edition of I Heard That. I'm your VibeMistress, Stephanie Renee, and I am joined, as always, by my co-hostess with the mostess, Shareese.
Hello.
And y'all see she rocking her Q her tonight.
Okay. My bamboo earrings. Again,
Yes,
one pair.
at least two pair. We had to go that way. I had to make sure that I was putting appropriately themed this evening because, as many of you in our viewing audience know, the entire world is in the midst of celebrating hip hop's 50th anniversary. And so Shareese and I decided that tonight was a great time to begin the conversation about our favorite hip hop tracks. This is a time to celebrate, particularly tonight. We're leaning in on the classics because we got to talk about the foundation of where the music began before we go running off and talking about some of these contemporary songs.
Right, exactly. We gotta dig into the root of the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Of the whole thing. And listen, with so many of our legends passing away, we kind of mark the time for all genre of music with saying the people who created these songs that we think are the epitome of what we love. We got to really dig in on making sure that we're remembering and saying we love you to the artists and the songs that have gotten us to the point where we have fallen in love with a whole genre of music or listening to music, period.
Agreed. And I want to point out just a few things. Well, one thing is that with hip hop, so a lot of our contemporaries, our peers, we were around when it was born. And we were around when it was born. Even the precursors to hip hop, which were like the Last Poets and Gil Scott Heron and what's my dude name? Pig Meat Markham.
Yes, the comedian. Yes.
His name.
I know, it's crazy.
They came right on the cusp of hip hop being, born and kind of formed into what it was or what have you. And when we got to the recorded version of official hip hop, we just want to point out that there are some elements to hip hop.
Yes.
There's the MC, there's the DJ.
Mm-hmm.
There is the b-boys, the break dancers. Remember they used to break dance regularly. You know what I mean? With the carbo box, we had that in my neighborhood. And then there's graffiti, and they outlawed graffiti, but did that stop anything? Not a thing.
No.
So though, I just wanted to point out the four elements of hip hop. We won't get to the unless Stephanie going to do it, because my back ain't going to let me do it. We won't get the b-boy.
I'm busting no moves this evening.
Oh, dang. So we won't get the b-boy and the graffiti part of it, but we will get the MC and DJ part of it tonight.
And we've already, we started talking about what we have on. A lot of people say that fifth element, or that fifth component of the culture, is the fashion. So shout out to the bamboo earrings and acknowledging the old school, all of those things that come into play with how hip-hop has been the trendsetter for how people speak, how people dress, how people move. It's a big doggone deal.
Yes. Oh, okay. Thank you, Mike. He got my back.
He has faith in you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I need that, because listen, back. You hear me? But yes, I'm very excited. A couple of my friends went to the 50th anniversary of hip hop show at Radio City a couple of days ago on Friday, and said it was amazing, as we would only expect it to be. So the whole atmosphere, it's all in the air, the love of hip hop. And
yes, And DJ Cassidy,
hip-hop.
DJ Cassidy did the hip-hop version of Pass the Mic, the old school hip-hop version of Pass the Mic the other day. So we are in that zone, and we're going to ride that wave tonight for sure.
Yes.
You know, Shareese and I, thankfully, tonight, we weren't in the same ballpark.
Oh my gosh.
All of our songs are very complimentary, as they always are, but we didn't pick any of the same artists. We didn't pick any of the same cuts tonight. So we definitely got our lanes to ride in. And our first selection, your first selection for tonight, is one of the ultimate posse cuts.
Yes. So I'm glad you called it that, because that is one of the main reasons why. There are two reasons why I chose this song. One was because it was a posse cut, because that was a big thing in the early days of hip hop. You did have, you know, the solo artists, but for the most part, it was the Funky Four, the Fantabulous, this and the, you know, it was numbers. You know what I mean? They came with numbers. So I really love that about it. It creates a sense of community before you even hit a stage. You have your community coming with you on the stage, and the audience is responding in kind. So yes, this first song is one of the, like you said, the quintessential posse cut, and made and led by one of the innovators in hip hop, who had actually, I can't think of the name of that show. What was the name of that show, Stephanie? When they it was like a fictional account of how scratching came to be, and how, oh man, somebody in the audience might know it. It was a 1 season thing. It was great. I'm gonna find out and I'll post it. If it comes to me, if I can look it up, I'll let y'all know. Okay. But they fictionalized how Grandmaster Flash came to, you know, scratching and all that stuff on records. And this song here was one that, you know, when it came, I don't think I was like cognizant that this was a thing, that hip hop was here and it was born. I just knew this was a good song. And so and with all the people that were in it, you know, and Melly Mel is still out there, you know, still Diesel, and
I was gonna say still lifting them jail yard weights,
still rapping, you know. And you know, it's I'm glad to see that. And Grandmaster Flash was just on The Masked Singer this past season or last season, I can't remember which one it was. And so I love the fact that they are still out here, they're still active, those who are still with us and still around, so that we could absolutely give them their flowers on this 50th anniversary of hip hop. So my first song tonight is The Message by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
Yes.
Like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Broken glass everywhere, people pissing on the stage, you know they just don't care. I can't take the smell, can't take the noise, got no money to move out, I guess I got no choice. Rats in the front room, roaches in the back, junkies in the alley with the baseball bat. I tried to get away, but I couldn't get far, cause a man with a tow truck repossessed my car. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. Standing on the front stoop, hanging out the window, watching all the cars go by, roaring as the breezes blow. A crazy lady living in a bag, eating out of garbage pails, used to be a fag hag, such a dance to tango, skipped the life and dango. A zircon princess seemed to lost her senses, down at the peep show, watching all the creeps, so she could tell her stories to the girls back home. She went to the city and got so did it. She had to get a pimp, she couldn't make it on her own. Don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
My brother's doing fast on my mother's TV. Says she watches too much, it's just not healthy. All my children in the daytime, Dallas at night. Can't even see the game or the Sugar Ray fight. The bill collectors, they ring my phone and scare my wife when I'm not home. Got a bum education, double-digit inflation. Can't take the train to the job, there's a strike at the station. Neon King Kong standing on my back, can't stop to turn around. Broke my sacroiliac, a mid-range migraine, cancer membrane. Sometimes I think I'm going insane, I swear I might hijack a plane. Don't push me, call, I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. My son said, Daddy, I don't wanna go to school, cause the teacher's a jerk, he must think I'm a fool. And all the kids smoke reefer, I think it'd be cheaper if I just got a job, learn to be a street sweeper. I dance to the beat, shuffle my feet, wear a shirt and tie, and run with the creeps. Cause it's all about money, ain't a damn thing funny. You got to have a con in this land of milk and honey. They pushed that girl in front of the train, took her to the doctor, sewed her arm on again. Stabbed that man right in his heart, gave him a transplant for a brand new start. I can't walk through the park cause it's crazy after dark. Keep my hand on my gun cause they got me on the run. I feel like an outlaw, broke my last glass jaw. Hear them say, you want some more? Living on a seesaw. Don't push me cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. Say what? It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
A child is born with no state of mind, blind to the ways of mankind. God is smiling on you, but he's frowning too, because only God knows what you'll go through. You'll grow in the ghetto, living second rate, and your eyes will sing a song cause he hate the places you play and where you stay. Looks like one great big alleyway. You'll admire all the number book takers, thugs, pimps, and pushers, and the big money makers. Driving big cars, spending 20s and 10s, and you wanna grow up to be just like them. Smugglers, scramblers, burglars, gamblers, pickpocket peddlers, even panhandlers. You say I'm cool, I'm no fool, but then you wind up dropping out of high school. Now you're unemployed, all non-void, walking around like your pretty boy Floyd. Turned stick-up kid, but look what you done did. Got sent up for an 8-year bid. Now your manhood is took and you're a make tag. Spend the next 2 years as an undercover fag, being used and abused and served like hell. Till one day you was found hung dead in a cell. It was plain to see that your life was lost. You was cold and your body swung back and forth. But now your eyes sing the sad, sad song of how you live so fast and die so young. So don't push me, cause I'm close to the edge. I'm trying not to lose my head. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes, it makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Yo, Mel, you see that girl, man?
Yeah, man.
Yo, that sound like Cowboy, man.
Cool.
Yo, what's up, money?
Yo.
Hey, where's Field and Raheem, man?
They upstairs cooling out.
So what's up for the night, y'all?
Yo, we can go down to Fever, man.
Check out Junebug, man.
Hey, yo, you know that girl Betty?
Yeah, man.
My mom's got robbed, man.
Not
What?
again,
She
man.
got hurt
And that is how we're getting things started tonight.
Yes.
With one of all-time favorites, not just because it's a posse cut, but as Tasha Wana pointed out, that message plays exactly the same way today as it did almost 50 years ago.
Yep, it does. It's the same message.
Yes, and a necessary message.
Still.
So we appreciate y'all, and we are going to keep those vibes rolling for sure. So, my counterpoint to that, because you can't match that, but my counterpoint to that from the all-time classics tip is not necessarily where you might assume I'd go if I tell you that the song is from Sugar Hill Gang. Okay. Now, I had to include a Sugar Hill Gang song because those of us who are of a certain age and had means to an allowance or a little something to allow us to really indulge our love for hip hop, I was one of those kids that took my little bit of money and ran up the hill to the record store and bought 12 inches because I wanted to own them and play them over and over and over again back when vinyl was king. I'm so glad vinyl's made a comeback. And so I had plenty of these records with the blue label and the logo and all that. And so you might think that I would do Rapper's Delight because it's the first song. Or you might think that I would do Apache because, thanks to Fresh Prince, Apache has had a whole second life.
Yes.
And has endeared itself in the hearts of many. But I don't want, me, I'm not going to go for the obvious. My probably favorite, I really do love Apache though, but one of my favorite Sugar Hill cuts is a party tune. And I think one of the things that I really loved about old school hip hop, like the hip hop from the 70s, is that generally speaking, aside from the message, right, most of these songs were specifically long. So the DJ could put them on and you could dance at a party, like everybody could indulge.
Right.
And so one of my favorite Sugar Hill songs to do that is Eighth Wonder.
Yes.
And so, for those of you who are a little younger in the listening audience, some of these might not be as familiar to you, but I dare you to get to the end of this song and not smile. It is guaranteed to make you laugh at a line because, old school, they weren't the best lyricists in the world, but there was always some little turn of a phrase that would put a smile on your face. And so I hope this one does that for you. So again, this is a Sugar Hill Gang, and this track is called Eighth Wonder.
Clap your hands, everybody, and everybody just clap your hands. I fly girls, clap your hands. I fly guys, clap your hands.
Well, if you're feeling on right and you think you're on,
somebody let me know. Will everybody in the place put a whistle in your face? Scream it out and say, yo, hit it.
You don't stop, or rock the rhythm that makes your finger pop. I said hip hop, and thanks a lot. Come on, everybody, give me what you got. I'm gonna tell you a little story about the Sugar Hill Gang with the pound pound boogie and a big bang bang. And if you wanna rap to the Sugar Hill beat, gotta rap in the key of R.A.P. Now that is over, I'm ready to jam. Want all you people to clap your hands. Tonight we're gonna scream and shout. We're gonna turn this mother sucker out. To all of you people that are ready to jam, scream it out and say, I am somebody. Now you know you're hot. See, I met this girl and I said to her, honey, if you wanna be my baby, you got to give me money. Turned around, didn't mean no harm. I knocked her out with my vicious charm. I said, no, baby, it's not like that. You see, I'm all about making that cold cash. Started driving around, started messing with her head. And next thing I know, she wanted to go to. But to turn me on, you got to be the best. Cause I'm the master G, I don't take no mess. Like TNT, I'm dynamite. You see, I rock your body to the early light. And when you wake up in the morning, you'll see I'm gone. Check it out, girl, you're all alone. Cause you just been hit by the Capricorn King. I rocked you gentle, I rocked you mean. I rocked you in and I rocked you out. You made me scream, but I made you shout. Go dang diddy dang diddy dang diddy dang diggy diggy dang diddy dang diddy dang diddy dang diggy let's shout. Let's turn this function out and keep it on. But you don't rush. Let's make this party the real cold crush. Let's scream, let's shout. Let's turn this function out and keep it on. But you don't quit. Let's make this party the shore. Once upon a time, not long ago, everybody had on their radio. And then the fella came on with a groovy noise to put the wiggle in the women and girls and boys. The word got around about 3 cool cats who put the foot back in the pat. And let me tell you, party people, just who we be with the help of Big Bank and the Master G. So get up, throw down, we're funk, we're bound. Hey, the Sugar Hill Gang is in your town, the baby doll. And all you daddy O's, you better get ready to move your toes. So get up, throw down, we're funk, we're bound. Hey, the Sugar Hill Gang is in your town, the baby doll. And all you daddy O's, scream it out and say, yo, hit it, shake it, but don't break it, cause I know we can make it. And if you're ready to party and you're dressed to kill, somebody say Sugar Hill, Sugar Hill, Sugar Hill, Sugar Hill. And let your worries take a chill pill. You go ooh, ooh. What you see is what you get, and you ain't seen nothing yet. I don't think I'm bad, don't box or no karate, just an MC to put the boogie in your body. Go back and forth and back. With the Sugar Hill Gang, we take no slack. Don't wear diamond rings or drive big cars, but the people just treat us like movie stars. You go dang diddy dang da dang da dang diggy diggy dang diddy dang da dang da dang diggy diggy dang diddy dang da dang da dang diggy diggy dang diddy dang da dang da dang diggy diggy. It's up my back, it's around my neck. Woo-ha! Got the molar check. See, it's up my back, it's around my neck. Woo-ha! Got the molar check. Let's scream, let's shout, let's turn this function out and keep it on. But you don't rush. Let's make this party the real cold crush. Let's scream, let's shout, let's turn this function out and keep it on. But you don't quit. Let's make this party the shore. Well, I'm the Master G, and I'm the best. All the ladies say my voice is rated X. I'm a touch of lightning, a taste of fire. Well, I'm the Master G, and I'm your desire. Young ladies, I said I rock the nation, cause I got my own transportation. I can rock just about any age. So let your fingers do the walking through the yellow page. Get up, throw down, we're funk, we're bound. Hey, the Sugar Hill Gang is in your town, the baby doll. And all you daddy O's, you better get ready to move your toes. So get up, throw down, we're funk, we're bound. Hey, the Sugar Hill Gang is in your town, the baby doll. And all you daddy O's, scream it out and say, yo, hit it, shake it, and don't break it, cause I know we can make it. You go ooh, ooh. And if you're ready to party and you're ready to jam, scream it out and say, I am somebody. Now you know you're hot. You go ooh, ooh.
Listen, I can't even tell you hours in my basement with the stereo and
I
just
believe
taking
it.
and bringing it back to the beginning and running it.
Oh my God, that is my favorite Sugar Hill Gang song. So I'm very glad that you played it.
Thank you. I mean, it just
very glad.
And that is one of those songs, y'all, where damn near 50 years later, do I still know every single ad lib? Sure do. It is now permanently etched in my spirit.
I'm telling you.
So, good times, very much good times, and that's just the beginning, y'all. Let's keep going. Let's dig into some more. Now, again, you see, I wore my T-shirt tonight, especially for the occasion, and the formatting of this lettering is important for Shareese's next pick.
Yes, ma'am. So, as I mentioned earlier, there are several elements to hip hop. There's the MC, there's the b-boys, there's graffiti, of course the fashion that came afterwards when we realized that it was so influential, and then of course there is the DJ. And so there are a lot of so this is one thing I really love about old school hip hop, is that there was always a DJ attached to these MCs.
Yes.
And it was a regular routine thing for the MCs to shout out their DJs. And a few actually wrote songs for their DJs.
Yes.
And just a few. We had Terminator X at the Edge of Panic by Public Enemy. That was their song. That was their ode to Terminator X, their DJ. Then we had Go Creator Go by LL. Okay. And he came out the gate with that song. Then there was Spinderella. Spinderella's not a fella, but she's a girl DJ, Salt and Pepper.
Yes.
Then there is Eric B for President by Eric B and Rakim. Well, Rakim was the MC, And then we had 3 MCs and 1 DJ by the Beastie Boys for their DJ Mix Master Mike. But this song here is one of my favorites odes to a DJ, and another one of those songs that it was sampled a few times. Well, I mean, of course, the biggest part of it is a sample, and we don't have Jam Master Jay here anymore with us. So glad that Run DMC had the thought and the heart to create us a whole song as a dedication to him. And it's Run DMC, I feel like that's probably one of my up there hip hop groups. And so I'm absolutely ecstatic to share Peter Piper with you guys from Run DMC, their ode to their DJ, Jam Master Jay.
And I'm just going to say, because we've already heard people talking about their backs going to be hurting in the morning. All of y'all who are about to get down in the B-boy stance, make sure that your knees are up to it, because, we're all getting up there.
Take some Advil. Stretch.
Now Peter
Piper
pick
peppers,
but run rock
rhyme,
Humpty
Dumpty
fell
down.
That's his art.
Time,
Jackie
nimble,
what?
nimble,
And he was
quick,
but jam
master mud, faster Jacks on Jay's dick.
Now little Bo Peep Cole lost her sheep, and Rip Van Winkle fell a hella asleep. And out of chilling summer in Wonderland, Jack serving Jill bucket in his hand. And Jam Master Jay making out that sound. The turntables might wobble, but they don't fall down. Did their thing, but Jam Max is getting loose, and DMC's the king, cause he's the adult entertainer, child educator, Jam Max J, king of the crossfader.
He's the better of the best believe he's the baddest.
Perfect timing when I'm climbing, I'm a rhyming apparatus, lot of guts.
When he cuts, girls move their butts.
His name is Jay,
Hear the play, he must be nuts.
and on the mix,
Real quick,
and I like
to say
he's not
flash,
but he's
fast,
and his name is Jay.
greatest, as I was told. Everything that he touched turned to gold. He's the greatest of the great. I get it straight, he's great. Claim fame cause his name is known in every state. His name is Jay, to see him play will make you say, God damn, that DJ made my day. Like the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. He's a maker, a breaker, and a title taker. Like a little old lady who lived in a shoe. If cuts were kids, he would be you. Not lying, y'all. He's the best I know. And if I lie, my nose will grow. Like a little wooden boy named Pinocchio. And you all know how the story go.
Tricks up for kids, he plays much kids. He's the big bad wolf, and yo, the three pigs. He's the big bad wolf in your neighborhood. Not bad, meaning bad, but bad, meaning good. There it is. Beef to settle, D's not handled,
He's not Gretel, Jay's a winner, not a beginner. His pocket gets fat, others get thinner. Jump on Jay like cow jump spoon. People chase Jay like dish and spoon. And like all fairy tales end,
you'll see Jay again, my friend. Huh!
I heard that. I'm so glad that Kevin mentioned that the tape was the one that got ran in the ground. I need y'all to know that I probably heard that song in my sleep because my stepbrother Dwayne played that every day as he was getting ready to go to school. Every day. That song was like his, I guess it was his official wake up music.
Yes, they woke him up. And the cassette tapes, them things were so fragile, I swear. All the rewinding we did, we tore them things up and they got all unraveled, and we would try to use a pencil to get it, or a pen to get it to reel it back in.
Either they would get chewed up by the boom box, or if you were like in my house, we played the damn thing so much the writing would rub off. And so at some point we wouldn't even know what, if it didn't go back in the cassette case, yeah, we know which one it was.
For real. Popping the tapes, getting them all. It was, why was that put in mass people's hands? Like this thin, this so delicate, thin little thing.
And listen, and they're coming back also. Just like vinyl has made a comeback, there are people now doing limited edition cassettes of their stuff. It's the nostalgia.
Oh yeah, I would buy it, but I would not play it.
We are in a moment for sure. And I will say that as we're just about halfway through the program, that nothing that Shareese and I are playing for you tonight goes beyond the 80s. So we are definitely in the classics tonight. Okay. And so now listen. So as a young person, you all know I was a theater kid, right? So musical theater kid particularly. So between listening to music at home, having Broadway soundtracks on vinyl and all that other thing, there was sort of like a channel between DC, straight up 95 through the tunnel to Manhattan to go see stuff on Broadway. Okay. Hip hop, I credit with expanding my horizon to let me know that there were more boroughs than Manhattan in New York City.
Yes. Okay.
And in particular, as we've heard from Run DMC, and as we came to understand from many other groups following, there was something particularly in the water in Jamaica, Queens. Now, my freshman year at Penn, yeah, Shareese was a year behind me, so she didn't get a chance to see this. There was a rule that nothing else in terms of posters, because we did posters back then. No other posters besides Michael Jordan graced my freshman room walls, with the exception of the next artist. I have a thing about confidence. I have a thing about cute. And I have a real big thing about dimples. And so the only one beside Michael Jordan that was on my dorm room wall was one James Todd Smith, otherwise known as LL. That I could have gone a lot of different places, but since we are paying homage to the classics tonight, I had to do the super braggadocio rap that is I'm Bad.
Calling all cars. Be on the lookout for a tall, light-skinned brother with dimples, wearing a black Kango sweatsuit, gold chain, and sneakers. Last seen on Farmers Boulevard heading east. Alias LL Cool J. He's bad.
No rapper can rap quite like I can. I take a muscle-bound man and put his face in the sand. Not the last mafioso, I'm an MC cop. Make it say go LL and do the why. If you think you can outride me, yeah boy I bet. Cause I ain't met a who can do that yet. Trendsetter, I'm better, my rhymes are good. I got a gold name plate that says I wish you would. And when battles begin then, I gotta join in. And before my rhyme is over, you know I'ma win. Cool J has arrived, so you better make way. Ask anybody in the crowd, they say the kid don't play. Sport competition, that's my hobby and job. I don't wear disguise because I don't hold the mob. Got a pinpoint rap that makes you feel trapped. So many girls on my jock, I think my phone is tapped. I'm bad. Cool J. Cool J. Yeah, Cool J. Cool J. Cool J. I'm like Tyson, icing, I'm a soldier at war. I'm making sure you don't try to battle me no more. Got concrete rhymes, been rapping for 10 years. And even when I'm bragging, I'm being sincere. MCs can't win, I make them rust like tin. They call me Jaws, my hat is like a shark's fin. Because I'm bad as can be, got my voice on wax. Some brothers think he's making records, now he must have relaxed. I couldn't, I shouldn't, and it'll stay that way. The best rapper you've heard is LL Cool J. Kamikaze, take a look at what I've done. Used to rock in my basement, now I'm number one. Ain't get Allen on time, never standing on line. You wanna try me? First you better learn how to rhyme. I'm the pinnacle, that means I reign supreme. And I'm notorious, I'll crush you like a jelly bean. I'm bad.
Suspect was last spotted with 3 other members of his group. A Bobcat, a Gila, and a Katrina. They are extremely bad, so keep your eyes open. Use extreme caution.
I eliminate punks, cut them up in chunks. You assumed you heard me, and your ego's drunk. I'm devastating, I'm so good it's a shame. Cause I eat rappers like a cannibal, they call me insane. I'm as strong as a bull, of course you know I am Paul. I enjoy what I'm doing, plus I'm paid in full. Not buckaroo bonsai, but bust it out as I say the kind of rhymes that make MCs wish that I die. Never retire or put my mic on the shelf. The baddest rapper in the history of rap itself. Not bitter or mad, just proving I'm bad. You want a hit, give me an hour plus a pen and a pad. MCs retreat, cause they know I can beat them. And eat them in a battle and the ref won't cheat them. I'm the baddest, taking out all rookies. Don't forget Oreos, eat Cool J cookies. I'm bad. Cool J. Cool J. Cool J. Get it. Cool J. J. Cool J. J. Never, ever, no, never wearing no Levi's. Battle me, why try? I'll treat you like a stepchild, so tell mommy bye-bye. Slaughtering MCs and I'ma never get whipped. When I retire, I'll get worshipped like an old battleship. LL, I'm bad. Other rappers know when I enter the center, they say, yo, there he go. My paycheck's large, Mr. Bogart in charge. Not a punter or a hunter from a raccoon lodge. The original Todd, teaching how to be hard. Take the skin off a snake and split a pea from a pie. You're a novice, I'm noble, and I dissect with my tongue. Not a till of the Hun, gun or Abdullah his son. My vocals exact like rack and pinion in a jag. You try to brag, you get your rhymes from a grab bag.
good scavenger, catfish vulture. My tongue's a chisel when this composition sculpture. I'm bad.
Think I'm gonna need backup? Think I'm gonna need backup? Give me that porky porky. Yo, this is LL Cool J, and you'll never catch me, so don't even try it. I'm too bad for ya. Understand?
I'm bad.
I heard that.
I was like, folks are fast with the icons. I was like, all the cookies that came up on the screen.
First of all, I am wearing myself out tonight. I ain't gonna have no voice by the time it's over, because you would think that every song is mine, that I recorded all of them, and I'm wearing myself out.
Listen, just as young as he was, he talked enough smack through that whole song. I was so impressed.
And just about every song, just about every one of his songs was that.
And I mean, hey, it's great.
Yeah,
that is definitely a classic. That one is way up there
it's
for me.
It's crazy how many people don't know that he, Ice Cube, Ice-T, that these men these actors started out and are not only did they start out rapping, but they are like icons in the rap industry, in the hip hop industry.
Absolutely
wild that people don't know that. Like how?
But you know, hip hop is 50, so that just there people have gotten in at so many different points along that timeline that, you know, people, some of the youngins have not been exposed to the full breadth of all the talent that we are sharing with people. So that got us to our halfway mark.
Yes.
And where I'm glad about is that in this conversation about where hip hop started and how it has progressed, you and I both pick selections from some of our favorite female MCs to share now. So that is where we are going next for your selections, madam.
Yes, one of my favorites. I don't know what it was. I think it was her voice, because it was like, it's a scratchy voice, and even though she had the scratchy voice, she still wore the hairstyles that the girls wore, the asymmetrical, you know, with the hang in the back. Still had her jewelry on, you know. She was like a tomboy, but like you knew that she was a girl. And even her voice is so good that right now today you hear her voice on the voiceover, as a voiceover on plenty of award shows.
I was gonna say, she is the award show MC.
Like, it makes sense, don't it? Like,
it does.
Come on. So I love the fact that she is still sought after and across genres of entertainment, okay? Because it's not just music award shows. She's her, you can hear her voice over plenty of other award shows and things. And I just really love me some her. And she was on that Brandy remix, that I Want to Be Down remix with a few of our other beloved female MCs. I'm talking about my girl, yes, Tiffany MC Lights. And I always it was, now trying to find a song that I really wanted to do by her was a little bit difficult, because like the ones that we all know, I just love them. So I went with the one that I feel like speaks to the women empowerment, you know how they was doing.
It's also the sample. You know, we've been talking about how these songs, now you listen back to them and you realize how they have infiltrated so many other people's material. This song is so highly sampled.
Exactly. That's another thing that's great, because that's why I'm telling you, people that don't understand how we are like not purists, but kind of like, you know what I mean? Because there was innovation that still gets recycled, reused, referenced today, even amongst the ones that we not so crazy about. They still are like, oh, and then we it's up to us to make sure they know that they took that from 50 years ago.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't die because they didn't know.
Put it over here. Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So this song is like, you know, a girl letting the dude know, you know, don't come over here with the BS because I'm already on to you, my friend. And it's called Paper Thin, and it's by my girl MC Light.
Libra's in the house.
Okay.
When you say you love me, it doesn't matter. It goes into my head as just chit chatter. You may think it's egotistical or just very free, but what you say, I take none of it seriously. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you so. I'd let you pretend to read me, and then you'd know. Cause I hate when one attempts to analyze. In fact, I despise those who even try to look into my eyes to see what I am thinking. That dream is over, your yacht is sinking. I tell all of you, like I told all of them, what you say to me is just paper thin. Word. Girl to try to play a man out. Now take the money and again, then break the hell out. No, that's not my strategy, not the game I play. I admit I play a game, but it's not done that way. Truly, when I get involved, I give it my heart. I mean, my mama sold my body, I mean, every part. But if it doesn't work out, yo, it just doesn't. It wasn't meant to be, you know, it just wasn't. So I treat all of you like I treat all of them. And what you say to me is still paper thin. In one ear and right out the other. Herders mumble jumble. Lover, I don't pay attention, I don't concentrate. You ain't got the bait that it takes to hook this. Sucker, you missed. I put feelings aside. I know who I am. My name is Light. Is your name Sam? Cause if it is, step off. Grab your coat and get lost. Wrap your scarf around your throat and go back and catch the boat and hit the road, Sam. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Sam. Don't you come back no more. So now I take precautions when choosing my mate. I do not touch until the third or fourth date. Then maybe we'll kiss on the fifth or sixth time that we meet. Mwah. Cause a date without a kiss is so incomplete. And then maybe I let you play with my feet. You can suck the big toe and play with the middle. It's so simple, unlike a riddle. It's as easy as counting a 1, 2, 3. In other terms, letters L-Y-T-E. I'll tell you, and all of you in the back and in the middle, in the front. Yo, that's it, paper thin, word up. So like, checking out. 1, 2, dedication to my DJ K-Rock and the place to be. That dream is over, your yacht is sinking. Hit the road, Sam. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road,
I heard that.
Your cousin over here trying to
That's
clown
the Earth,
the
Wind, and
song.
Fire sample. Don't do that. That's the Earth, Wind, and Fire sample. We take all the horns. Okay, Craig?
And not only that, but again, we talking about the building blocks of hip hop tonight. So you had to have break beats. You had to give the dancers some time to do that.
The B-boys, they had to have time to get it to go off. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, we should just, the DJ let it ride out, and Tiffany was reminiscing about flirting, imaginary flirting with the DJ anyway. So we're all just going back.
And MC Light and Milk D from Milk is Chillin', Gizmos from Top Billing, y'all know. Yes. They are brother and sister.
Yes.
Just in case y'all didn't know, that's a fun fact, a little tidbit that I think most of us know because we found out back in the day. But
but even more importantly, so we're talking about what it took to break through and really become a legend in this game. Their father started their label so that they could release their music, so that they wouldn't have to go through a major label and do all of that potential exploitation and everything else. He was like, if this is what you want to do, then I will put out your music for you.
Yes, a family affair. Oh, and Gizmo was his brother too. It's like all these siblings in the same family. That's what we love to see. Okay,
absolutely. So while we're here in this moment, I have to admit, I always do my true confessions as it relates to this music.
Yes.
So if you all didn't know, I'm from DC. And so DC's musical universe was a little different from New York and North Jersey in terms of what we heard on the radio on a regular basis, the kinds of things that we were exposed to. So the next artist that I'm going to share with you was a revelation to me for any number of reasons. And it's not that I didn't hear her music, but hearing her album was a revelation to me because I was like, oh, she doesn't just rhyme. Like, this sister has all kinds of skills. And then, of course, this is before Living Single and all the other things that she's gone on to do in her illustrious career as an actress and vocalist, so on and so forth. But from the debut album, All Hail the Queen.
Yes.
There were so many different kinds of musical vibes on her album. And I was like, oh, this is why I want to be an artist. This right here. Being able to do whatever the heck you want to do and be able to execute it well and have fun while you're doing it. And then she has such presence, and she was wearing the Afrocentric gear. Like, she stepped into the scene and was just like, you cannot ignore me. Nothing about what I'm presenting to you artistically or aesthetically can be ignored. And that I greatly admired. But more importantly, until I got to Penn, big fan of disco. I had never, ever heard house music. And so when I thought about which Queen Latifah song I wanted to share tonight, I said, I know exactly which one, because I get to give you a little bit of the hip hop, and I also get to give you this house music vibe that is now such an integral part of my life that I can't imagine what life was like without it. So again, from the debut album from Queen Latifah, All Hail the Queen, this one is called Come Into My House.
Give me body.
Give me body. Give me body. Welcome into my queendom. Come one, come all. When it comes to lyrics, I bring them. In spring, I sing and fall. I call out to all the ones who had a hard day. I prepared a place on my dance floor. The time is now for you to party. I thought it would be a good chance for you to move. House music always soothes, so get with the flow, let's go. Yo, can you rock to a house group tempo? If so, then shall we let the games begin? We're better up position, can you be in? I'm on fire, the flame's too hot to douse. The pool is open, come into my house.
Don't make me wait, come into my house.
Give me body.
Don't make me wait, come into my house.
Give me body. Here's a dance step from Alan Kika. Bass and treble flow through the speakers. Ride the rhythm. I know it's gonna reach you. I'm the queen, Latifah. Now it's time to run through it. 45 King?
Yeah, baby.
Do it, yeah, there you go. I told you could do it. Now did you enjoy it? I do it. Dance to the beat of the drum. Give me some with the flavor unit. I come to say ride the groove line. Don't swing the pipe bomb. Listen to the smooth line. Throw away the white line. It's a house party I'm hosting. Come and rock with the one who's chosen. He can't turn me inside out. For those who dare to come into my
Don't
house.
make me wait, come into my house.
Give me body.
Don't make me wait, come into my house.
Give me body. It's a new fusion I'm using. You ask what is it I'm doing? Hip hop house, hip hop jazz. With a little pizzazz from the queen of royal badness. Remember me from Wrath of My Madness? It's my rap that rocks this party. I'm a hijack and jack your body. This is not an erotic interlude. Keep in mind I move multitudes. The Asiatic black woman, hardcore beat drumming. It's hard to keep a good woman down, so I keep coming. Blow for blow, I take and I give some. Still I rise and I symbolize wisdom. I hope the lyrical display has you aroused. It's an open invitation. Come into my house.
Don't make me wait, come into my house.
Give me body.
Don't make me wait, come into my house.
I want you to give me body.
Don't make me wait, come into my house.
I know you're there. Give me body.
Don't make me wait, come into my house.
All the ones on the dance floor. Give me body. Give me body. Give me body. Come on. Come on. Give me body. I know you're out there. I want you to come over here and do a little something like this. Shake it up and give me body. That's just the way I like it. The queen Latifah. The house says, give me body. I heard that.
That song will still make everybody think they can Vogue. Some of us are not doing Laomi drop. Some of us are not duck walking. You know, our knees, our backs will not allow us to go full in. But that song is still a jam. 89.
Yes,
89. That song is 34 years old.
Oh my God.
I needed to make that real for y'all. Woo! Woo!
God. Yeah. Yeah.
Love it. And I love the fact that, you know, that connection, that whole connection to the city, to the vibe, to everything that helped create her is still so real for folks.
Yes. I love that too. Always.
And so Tashawana asked if that was her singing her background. Yep. All the background.
Yeah.
That's her. That's why I said, listen, when I say Queen Latifah is my hero, shero, however you want to say it. Whew. Just enviable a career that is enviable in all ways.
Amazing. Very, very amazing.
And so we're down to our last 2 songs, Shareese.
I know. We should have done 5 songs.
More shows. More songs get played in more shows.
Y'all should know I'm always trying to get an extra song. I don't
like she doesn't have to work tomorrow.
I don't put the song, order in. I don't do none of that. I just send her the songs that I chose. And we should do extra songs. Like 2 more songs each. Why don't we do that? It ain't affecting me at all. Just throw them on there. You can do it. Yeah, they love it. I'm just trying to get extra songs all the time, y'all, but we don't be getting it. I'm glad we got these 4 though, because we started with 3. So
yes, we have expanded. And so your final selection of the evening is one of those songs that you can't have a conversation about hip hop without talking about that. Kevin was telling us earlier about playing the cassette or whatever. Like this was the one where you would hear it rolling down the Ave, like everywhere when this song came out.
And this is one of my big hip hop crushes. Good Lord, I love me some him. Okay, some of y'all know I love noses, and
yes,
this one I love his nose. Like he okay, So anyway, and his voice, like everything about it was swag. Up, down, all around, just swag. And I'm not talking about Busta Rhymes. Those of you who know that I love Busta Rhymes, but this one is the one and only Rakim of Eric B. and Rakim fame. I mentioned him earlier because he had a whole song. He dedicated to his DJ Eric B. for President, and but this song here is, whenever I think Eric B. and Rakim, this is the song that comes to mind. And I try not to go with the most obvious song for me anyway. I try to get something different, but for today, it's the only one I wanted to play. Well, I did listen to a few. But this is the one that was like, okay, I got to go back to, the one that screams Eric B. and Rakim to me. And that would be Paid in Full. And one of the reasons why what took it over the edge was at the end, you're able to hear Eric B doing some scratching. So, just again, remembering the DJ part of the DJ component of hip hop. So like a lot of what we're calling hip hop now don't have any of those. Ain't no graffiti or breaking. They ain't no DJs no more, and we barely get MCs out this piece. So I just wanted to highlight a DJ actually scratching on a song. I mean, we've had that this evening, but I just want to do that because I love Eric B. and Rakim, and I love the song, and it's called Paid in Full.
Yo, Rakim, what's up? Yo, I'm doing the knowledge, E, man. I'm trying to get paid in full. Well, check this out. Since Norby Walters is our agency, right? True. Cara Lewis is our agent. Word up. Zakia and 4th and Broadway is our record company. Indeed. Okay, so who we rolling with then? We rolling with Rush, our Rush Town Management. So check this out. Since we talking over this deaf beat right here that I put together, I want to hear some of them deaf rhymes. You know what I'm saying? And together, we can get paid in full.
Thinking of a master plan, cause ain't nothing but sweat inside my hands. So I dig into my pocket, all my money spent, so I get deeper, but still coming up with lint. So I start start my mission, leave my residence, thinking how could I get some dead presidents? I need money. I used to be a stick-up kid, so I think of all the devious things I did. I used to roll up, this is a hole up. Ain't nothing funny, stop smiling, we still don't nothing move but the money. But now I learn to earn cause I'm righteous. I feel great, so maybe I might just search for a 9 to 5. If I strive, then maybe I'll stay alive. So I walk up the street, whistling this, feeling out of place, cause man do I miss a pen and a paper, a stereo, a taper. Me and Eric being a nice big plate of fish, which is my favorite dish. But without no money, it's still a wish. Cause I don't like to dream about getting paid, so I dig into the books of the rhymes that I made. So now to test to see if I got pulled, hit the studio, cause I'm paid in full.
Akim, check this out. Yo, you go to your girl's house and I go to mine, cause my girl is definitely mad cause it took us too long to do this album.
Yo, I hear what you're saying, so let's just pump the music up and count our money.
Yo, but check this out. Yo, Eli, turn the bass down and just let the beat keep on rocking.
And we outta here.
Yo, what happened to peace?
Peace, 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 peace.
I heard that.
So what's really funny about Eric B and Rakim is that one of these little boys that I was dating in high school, when Eric B for President came out, he brought that cassette to school and was trying to convince everybody that that was his family. And what's really fun, of course, nobody believed him. But in that picture, if I look at Eric B's face, I can honestly say that they kind of looked alike. It would be really funny. I now feel obligated to reach out to him because, of course, you know, all my high school folks were friends on Facebook. To go, was Eric B your cousin for real? Because we sure
don't ask because he might still be fronting. Oh yeah, he was just over here last week.
I know, right? All of those things. So you know, but that was when hip hop was new. Folks could make all kinds of claims because you know we didn't know. We just knew we liked the songs,
right?
And look, and Shareese, the irony of that, of course, is with our 1 degree separation from fame life. Who knows?
Very likely. Who knows? It probably is his cousin or something.
But anyway,
our track record.
My final song of tonight. Now, you all know, if you have ever watched this show before, and we've had any kind of conversation around hip hop, I always tell you all who my goats are. So there was absolutely no way we could do this song of classics and I not include a selection from De La Soul, particularly because we just lost Dave this year, particularly because they just finally got the rights to all of their early albums to be able to sell them again, stream them again, make sure that people understand their 30-year arc of the 50 years of this music, 30 plus year arc of their career as a group and a hip hop group. And De La, whether we're talking about Daisy Age or we're talking about more contemporary, these were the first dudes where I was like, oh my God, they're like me, like kind of suburban, kind of nerdy, but still love the culture, still love the music. And there was just so much about them that I identified with. So I had to go back to that debut album and share a song with you all tonight. Now, of course, I could have gone a lot of different ways for this, but I wanted to use one that really encapsulated a moment when we talk about the 80s and we talk about messaging, with hip hop being the voice of the streets. And so any of us who grew up through the Reagan 80s remember Nancy Reagan and her Just Say No to Drugs. Yes. So I had to go with, from the album 3 Feet High and Rising, I present to you my final selection for the evening, De La Soul with Say No Go. If I can get to go, there we go.
Now let's get right on down to the skit. A baby is brought into a world of pits. And if we could have talked that soon in a delivery room, it would have asked the nurse for a hit. The reason for this, the mother is a jerk. Excuse me, junkie, which brought the work of the old into a new life. What a way. But this what a way has been a way of today. Anyway, push couldn't shove me to understand a path to a basic. Consumers should have raced it in a first wave. Cause second wave from believers, and believers will walk to it, then even talk to it and say, no, I can't have none of that. Tell him what to say, Mace. I'll tell the truth, so bear my witness. Blind like birds of a feather, drugs are like pleather. You don't wanna wear it. No need to ask that question, just don't mention. You know what the answer is. Now I never fancy Nancy, but the statement she made held a plate of weight. I even stressed it to wait. Did he take any heed? Nah, the boy was hooked. You could phrase the word bass, and the kid just shook. In his fashion class, once A, now and F. The rock rules him now. The only designs left were once clothes made for Oshkosh has converted to nothing but stonewash. Now hopping in a barrel is a barrel of fun, but don't hop in if you wanna be down, son. Cause down can mean down and out is an action. What does it lead to? Dum 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 dum. People say, what have I done for all my years? My tears show my hard-earned work. I heard shoving is worse than pushing, but I'd rather know a shover than a pusher, cause a pusher's a jerk. Believe it or not, the plot forms a feat more than charity. But the course doesn't coincide with the ride of insanity. Is it a chant that slant the soul to feel for it? I know it's the border that flaunts the order to kill for it. Standing, scheming on a young one, thinking this time 8 balls for a cool player. Racked it all, tried to break Miss Q, got beat by the boy in blue. Next day you're out by the spot once more, looking hard for a crack in the hole. I asked what's the fix for the ill stuff. Word to the D-roll, the answer should have been no. Run me a score from the funky 4 plus one more. Rewind that back. This is the age for a new stage of fiend. Watch how the zombies scream, it's the crack. Plain is plain, they should have slain it from the start. Behind the ideals of cranking up the heart, now the bass claims shop over every part.
I heard that.
We have only taken one little ice cube out of a glacier.
I promise. I promise.
So much more. So needless to say, between now and the end of the year, as hip hop's 50th is celebrating through the end of the year, we will come back to this theme again, to be sure. So we hope that if you all had a good time with us in the music tonight, that you will plan to join us again when we go digging further into the crates and sharing more of these hip hop selections with you.
Yes.
And now, Shareese, if you would do us this favor and the service of running it back, so we know everything that we heard this evening.
Yes, I will gladly do that. Our first selection this evening was a quintessential posse cut by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, and that was called "The Message." We all can we please give a little bit of love to the rah and the huh that we got from back in the day. They don't be doing huh no more. They don't huh no more. They don't rah no more. So Melly Mel loves him a good rah.
Yes, he does.
He love that. So that was The Message, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. Our second song was the party, one of the first party anthems. That was Eighth Wonder by the Sugar Hill Gang. And then we had an ode to what a lot of hip hop artists, especially in the beginning, they had DJs, and there was so much respect for DJs that they shouted their DJs out in their songs, and then they wrote whole songs for their DJs. Plenty of them. And this is one of my favorite odes to a DJ, and that is Peter Piper by Run DMC, none other than. And then we had our hip hop pioneer turned actor extraordinaire, LL Cool J, with "I'm Bad" from his song Bigger and Deffer. Def is definitely an 80s a hip hop adjective. Okay. 80s hip hop adjective, def, so he was bigger and deffer. Okay, just in case you didn't know.
And was on Def Jam Records, so he really was deffer.
Exactly, Def Jam Records, and he was bad. Then we pulled out the love for the female pioneering MCs of the culture, and I shared Paper Thin by MC Light, and then Stephanie gave us Coming to My House.
Give me body.
Okay, by the Queen Latifah, who merged house music with hip hop seamlessly. And then we had, if he, Rakim, Rakim and Eric B. and Rakim, the lovely, and Paid in Full. And then we rounded out the evening with Stephanie's favorites, De La Soul,
the hippies of hip hop.
Okay, with Say No Go. All of our selections were in the 80s. Not one stepped out of the 1980s. And there's so much more that we could have shared from that decade of music. But that was a little, as she said, a little ice cube, no pun intended, from the glacier that is hip hop in its origins and its humble beginnings, that has blown up into what we see now and is celebrating 50 years this year. So
yes, so we again, we thank you all for bringing the energy, bringing the facts, bringing the love to the live chat, as you always do. People who watch it back, I'm sure we'll get that energy as well. And listen, every now and again I go through and I look at the stats for our videos. Our number one show of all time in terms of views is our dedication to Motown, which I find very interesting. That, as much as we lean in on the new and great, that we are looking back to those classics is the biggest views of all time. So I'm thinking that because of all the love that was shown to our old school hip hop tonight, that this one, might kind of come up and be a beloved rewatch as well.
Yes.
We hope.
I'll be watching. Make sure that you guys, if you're not subscribed already to the Soul Sanctuary Inc. channel, make sure that you subscribe, like this video, and you can even share this video if you want. Those people who you know would appreciate this, and maybe they're not messing around with YouTube like that. Maybe they're not so computer savvy. Maybe they think they don't have time. Send it to them. Let them watch it in their leisure time, and let's see how they what they respond. Maybe next time they'll come on their own. You know what I mean? Subscribe and like the video.
And I encourage you to go to our website. Oops, wait a minute. Moved off the tab too fast. Soul-sanctuary.net, because now that we are managing COVID, it's not gone, but now that we are managing all of that, we're going to be stepping back into the live event space as well. And so that we're going to communicate primarily through our email list. So if you have never visited the website, go to soul-sanctuary.net. There's a box at the bottom of the homepage. Sign up for the email list so that you can get information, special discount tickets, giveaways, all those kinds of things we're going to be doing through the email list. So we want you to be signed up so you can get all that information first and take advantage of those things that we're going to be doing to bring us together as a community of culture in real time.
That's right. Let's hang out together.
And so
my post on Facebook with another rundown of the songs that we shared tonight, and you can a little bit more information if you're looking for just a song, or if you're looking for the classic albums that these songs were found on.
We don't expect you to buy the cassettes again, because they're not necessarily user friendly, but we do highly encourage you, if you don't have these classics in your collection, to purchase the music, support these artists in their longevity, and make sure that they're getting more than the 0.0003 cents from a stream. That's why Hollywood is striking, y'all. We got to do better.
Yes, yes, yes.
And with that, we say good night.
Good night. Happy birthday.